Good evening. There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between sanity and stupidity, between logical and loony, and it lies between the pit of a man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of unbelievability. It is an area which we call the Frauditor Zone.
In today's episode, we are gifted with not one, but two frauditors that get gifted with shiny bracelets after playing stupid games. It's a lose-loser situation.
What up, everybody? It is Friday, October 21st at 3:27. We are at New Britain Police Department.
At this point, he thrills his viewers with a tour of the police station lobby and then a tour of the parking garage. I could speed it up and add silly music to make it more enjoyable to watch, but then I realized that the most enjoyable way to watch it is to just not watch it. So I'm removing all the dead air, boring banter, and unnecessary bullcrap from this video. Trust me, you didn't miss out on anything other than a quick method to falling asleep faster.
The little lady's hiding behind this pole. Okay. We found a Karen, guys. We found a Karen. I'm gonna call somebody and tell on you for doing something legal. Better get him in trouble.
This is one of the things that I despise frauditors for. Why is she a Karen? Because you just assume she's calling the police on you? So what? She's an older woman who sees some strange man just standing by himself filming a bunch of unoccupied cars in a parking garage, and she probably thought it was suspicious. She doesn't know what you're up to, and she's by herself, so I don't blame her if she got nervous and called the police. You know, she didn't say a single word to you, so why does it bother you? You aren't doing anything illegal, so all you have to do is tell the cops that you're just gathering content for a story that you can't disclose because you don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the story, or some other bullshit excuse of the day that frauditors pull out of their asses, and then be on your way. In this case, the only person acting shameful is you.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Anything I can help you with?
No.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know not to go past that though, right?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. We had a rough day today.
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you have ID on you?
ID for what?
Apparently you were up here. It's no trespassing inside
Yeah,
the garage.
I was not past there. Listen, I'm not giving you ID for
We
nothing.
have to get some
Listen,
ID.
you don't for what? No,
You're
you
trespassing.
trespassing is past this.
We're not going to argue.
Okay, so go check your cameras.
Okay.
I'm not
We
gonna
need
say
an
anything
ID
else.
from
Okay, I'm
you.
not gonna say
We
anything
need
else.
your ID.
I'm not talking. Nobody saw me back there. I didn't go back there. Go check your cameras. ID.
Was he actually in the police area?
You should check before you come asking for ID. You don't even have your story straight.
He was originally circling the police area, then he went back there and started coming out.
So I wasn't back there.
If he was in the police area, it's restricted. He's 130.
Yeah. Beyond that is restricted.
Saw you for a second. I don't know how long you've been here.
It was called into us that he was in the police area reporting the women from records.
Which was right here. I was standing in the same spot. You were here when they came out. But
Do you have a phone on you?
Also, he was in front of Bentley's car.
Oh, I don't have a phone.
34 here.
Do you mind telling dispatcher to see exactly if he actually was or not?
I can go check the cameras too.
yeah, I already told him to do that.
You don't tell them to do anything.
Well,
You're a nobody here.
like you are?
You're a civilian.
You're somebody. Oh, so we're below you?
No, you're
Is that what you're
civilian.
saying?
You can't tell officers what to do.
It was a helpful tip. They want to stand here and waste all this time trying to figure out if I was trespassing. Just go check the camera. This could be over. I mean, I know I wasn't back there. I got it on camera.
Not that we're aware of yet.
Why is your body cam flash and yours doesn't?
It's none of your business.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it supposed to be on when she deals with the public?
None of your business.
Isn't it supposed to be on when you deal with the public?
FOI it. You'll see if it was on or not.
I will.
I don't know who that man is and if he's an officer or not, but he sure knows his frauditors and how to deal with them.
Why you got such an attitude?
After the day we had,
It doesn't matter.
it matters.
No, it doesn't. If you're a public servant, you ain't supposed to just treat people like shit because you had a bad day.
And you're supposed to be an activist fighting to protect our freedom. Yes, even when said using sarcasm, it sounded so ridiculous. Anyway, you're a whatever you believe you are, so that doesn't give you the right to treat people like shit just because you're an asshole.
Take a day off. Take a personal day. No excuse. No excuse.
The cameras pulled up for this gentleman.
Take a good look at the expression on those women's faces. In my last video, I introduced the resting frauditor face, which is the expression people have on their faces when they deal with frauditors and wonder who let the stupid out. You can easily spot anyone who's had to deal with a frauditor recently just by the resting frauditor face expression.
What's your first name at least?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
No?
No. Can I get your guys' name and badge numbers?
Yeah, it's species 548.
You?
Gordon 554.
I'll ask him when he gets off the
Yeah,
phone.
you can talk to him.
You know what he's going to say? It's none of your business. I'm above the law.
Please explain to me how that is any different than frauditors saying they won't ID because they haven't committed a crime or they don't answer questions, and then say the Constitution gives them the right to go anywhere they want, whenever they want, because they're filming. Seems that you think you know what the officer will say because that's actually a kind of thing you would say.
No, yeah, we saw that.
Well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
We're gonna keep walking with you. But
You
we're
can.
Not, we're
You
not
have
sure.
that. You have
we
that.
Need
You have that
if
right.
You could stay back
Well,
over
am I
here.
detained? Are you detaining?
we're trying to figure
no,
out
no,
this
no.
investigation, yes.
So I'm detained.
Yes.
For nothing. I just need.
Because-
Hold on. Wait. Say. I'm detained for what?
Detained as we're figuring out the investigation.
And I'm
whether
not
you
free to
guys-
go. I'm not free to walk.
No.
So I'm detained. Okay. For nothing.
Do a check too. You want to call, I don't know if one of your,
Alright, so I'm
one
gonna
of
be
your
up
patrol
front with you.
bosses
This is
are
what's gonna
available.
happen, okay? We're gonna have you stand over here. He's gonna go check your
Well, you guys got like I'm not staying here for more
You're
than.
not free to leave right
Okay,
now
so
while
I'm
we're
not standing here
investigating.
for 10, 20, 30
Okay.
minutes because.
You're gonna stand here while he's checking the cameras.
Until
As soon as he's
we're done with the
done,
investigation.
then we'll
No,
go from
I'm gonna
there.
walk and do what I gotta
so
do.
you can't.
She just told you that you're detained, and just like a typical 2-year-old or typical frauditor, you walk away saying you didn't do anything wrong. And then when the shiny bracelets come out, they'll be the ones to blame. One day, you're going to come across the wrong officer who's in a really bad mood, who won't take out the handcuffs when you obstruct the investigation, but introduce you to Mr. Sparky, where you won't be able to say that you didn't do anything wrong because you'll be too busy laying on the floor twitching. I'm not saying I think it's okay for an officer to do that, just that you should be careful. And you just spent however much time randomly filming absolutely everything that has no purpose, and now you're suddenly worried about your precious time? Just comply. I mean, you're going to comply no matter how you choose to do it. But it would actually be much faster to just willingly comply than to get arrested and then comply by force. You really should make better choices. Do better.
And then
So you're gonna touch me?
that would be
You're gonna touch me?
interference.
We're telling.
Interfering is
Yes.
physical. You can't charge me with interfering when I'm trying
We
to.
are
not-
investigating.
You're illegally detaining
We're
me.
not going to argue with you. You are legally detained right now.
Legally
You cannot
under what
walk away
law?
while we
What law did I
investigate
break?
if you were trespassing
What
in
law
our garage
am I
or not.
suspected of breaking? What law?
Trespassing and for violating
Listen,
the
we're not
area.
going to argue.
Okay, but
We're
I
just
didn't
gonna
do
cameras
that.
and go from there.
And
You have
that's
no
what-
proof.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay, so now I gotta sit here.
Until we're done with
And
our
waste
Yes,
my
you
time?
do. Yeah, and you're making it bigger than it needs to be.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
Listen, wait a couple minutes.
What do
If
you
were-
mean?
If you were standing here and you did nothing wrong, just wait. He'll check. the
I already
cameras
told
and
you I
you'll be free to
wasn't.
leave. Okay.
See, this is one of the things I meant by making better choices. You told them to check the cameras, which they are. But now they're a tyrant for doing just what you told them to do because you don't want to wait for them to do it. This is how silly you look.
Wait. Oh, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to let you understand that. Why? Heaven. Can you just please let me talk?
No, you
Why?
can't.
Listen,
You
that's not. That's
you
not. You're not even listening to me, Heaven. Why are you getting so upset? Come back. Why are you getting so upset with me?
You tell me what you live. You're not done. Oh, you're done. I'm done.
You done?
Okay.
I already told
need to
you.
check. So you just hang out with us for a few minutes while we do this, and
Hang
then
out.
you'll be free to leave.
Yep, hang out.
What's up?
So
They're detaining me for absolutely nothing. Detained for nothing. You guys know you can't do that.
we don't know if he was in there or not, but.
Put it down. Let's go. Put it down. You're under arrest.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Hope you enjoy your prize of a new pair of shiny bracelets.
You have a car?
Our cars are on the other side of the garage.
Looks like public parking.
All right, so sit him down here and then go get your car. Sit down.
Well, are we gonna wait for the guy to get back that's checking the
You
cameras to
sit here.
prove
I don't need to.
that
Sit
I
down.
wasn't on the property?
Sit down.
I can't sit down if they're molesting me.
Well, they're checking your property, but I'm not
Well,
going to
what
sit so you don't
want?
fall.
You know this is illegal.
Okay. Well, we'll decide. Listen.
Not you. The courts are gonna decide.
That's fine. You're absolutely right. 100%.
You have no weapons on you?
I'm not gonna answer any questions.
Okay.
2 phones.
Is that funny? Glad you find that amusing.
Unit 10.
Sad that we got some higher ups out here and they allow this.
They're doing their job.
Their job is to harass people on public property.
And
public property.
This is.
What's your
Where's
business?
public parking?
What's
My
your
business is you guys. That is my business. And that's not up to you to decide.
Also, all those vehicles confirmed insurance.
Well, we'll see. Got some straight up tyrants. You too.
I'm sorry I feel that way.
It's not feelings, it's truth. You guys grab people and molest people on public property?
I don't.
Yeah. You
No,
do.
I'm going to check that side.
You're the one that said you're arrested. So you did.
You're right.
So you molest
I
people.
made the decision. You're right. It's fine. You have my name. Go ahead.
You go by 40.
Like that for now.
Recording.
It's recording again? Jeez.
Aw, poor Frauditor. Now, I don't know if he was really trespassing or not, because besides all the crap I cut out from his little tour of the parking garage, he cut out a lot himself. So just because he didn't show footage of himself trespassing, that doesn't mean he didn't trespass. And even if he didn't, I feel no sympathy because he was arrested because of his own stupidity. All he had to do was just wait for them to check the camera. If he didn't trespass that area, then what's the big deal? Well, let's now see what a fool looks like when they're done acting like a fool.
What up, guys? We just got arrested by the most ignorant cops in all of Connecticut. New Britain Police Department thinks you can't record in public and arrest you for it.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
In a few minutes, I'll tell his viewers that he was actually arrested for breach of peace and charged with interfering. So he can stop playing the victim now. It had nothing to do with his camera. It had to do with his bad attitude that just didn't want to wait to prove his own innocence. We now fast forward 2 weeks when he goes to court. And then his frauditor friend, Tyrant Slayer, ends up getting arrested too because he was filming inside the courthouse. So let's hear from the horse's mouth about what happened.
Look, guys, we're at the scene of the crime 2 weeks ago. This is where it all went down, where these thugs in costumes arrested me for nothing. And then we had to come to court today, and what happens? They arrest my buddy for nothing. Tyrant Slayer Media arrested for having a phone while walking into court, not using it. They were actually already in possession of the phone when they arrested him. And kind of corny. So I'm waiting for him now. He's already been back there like 2 hours. So
You've arrived.
we'll see. But I'm waiting for them to give him a bond or something. They said, oh no, we can't do that. We can't give you any information until after 2. So they're on lunch now. We're gonna stay out of the parking garage until this court case is wrapped up, just because they're just gonna arrest me again, and I'll be sitting in there with Tyrant Slayer instead of getting him out. So I've only been to this town twice in my whole life, and both times I've seen somebody get arrested for something they didn't do. And the next one, they did the same thing this time. Oh, because he had a phone on him. Not because he used it, not because he played on it. Not anything else other than having a phone and asking a question. They told him that there's an order that he can't have his phone in any government building. But he said, Tyrant Slayer said, but I was just in Stanford recently and they didn't say anything. So how could that be? He didn't give him his name. He didn't give them any information. Nothing. But they knew who he was. Oh, and then they also made me leave the court, and then in the courthouse, they wouldn't let me back in, and I had to wait outside, and they brought me another court date. So I missed work today for nothing. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Crazy. Oh, well, we don't want to let you in here, so now you got to come back and miss more work and blah, blah, blah. Let's just set up the trial. That's what we want to do. Set up the trial. Stop playing games. We don't even need to come to this court. Just give me a trial date and we'll come in and we'll leave. And now they're going to have this stuff with this guy going on too. Like, you guys, New Britain, Connecticut, if you guys want to win free money and lawsuits from people that don't know how to do their jobs properly and took an oath to do these jobs properly, come here. It's not just the police. It's the court. It's probably every government entity in this town, from the sounds of it. They'll hand you money. They will. I mean, it's just crazy. The police, I don't know. It's just mind-blowing. I'm so mad. I'm upset.
So now let's also hear from the other horse's mouth. Or his ass. I don't know, it's hard to tell the difference.
Right. So you get by the Karen, you get in, or you get into that situation with the cops, and then boom, it's turned into this criminal court case that you were trying to file an appearance for yesterday, right? We went to the New Britain courthouse yesterday. Tell the folks what happened. And you know, like my premise for being there with you is to support you in your efforts to properly and efficiently file an appearance and file motions in preparation for the potential of going to trial by jury. You know, we were there with the hopes to try to get you a dismissal yesterday. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That was the goal.
We didn't have any intentions of filming in that courthouse, did we?
No, not at all.
Did we have our cameras on?
No. And that's what people keep twisting up.
Did we have our gimbals in our hand?
We had nothing. We had our phones in our pockets, and we had our normal belongings. That was it. Nothing for recording.
That's it. Okay. And now tell the people what happened.
So we get to the courthouse. We didn't even do any pre-filming outside like I wanted to. I wanted to give a little show before we went in to update all my people. And, you know, I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, we're not even going to do that right now. I said, let's just get this out of the way. So we go in. I go through the metal detector. No problem at all. I did have 2 phones on me, but they weren't going. They didn't say anything. They gave me my belongings as I was gathering my stuff. Mr. Tyrant Slayer here was going through, and everything was going fine until the marshal, he saw that in your pocket. What was it?
I have, you know what? I'll go and get it. It'll just take me a second.
Go ahead.
It's all right.
Well, it was crazy. They saw this thing in his pocket, and it changed their whole attitude towards us. I forgot the word they used.
Okay, so normally I carry this anytime I'm doing anything engaging any part of the public, you know, if I'm doing something public business, if I'm going to the police department, anywhere, and I expect to engage public officials, I always used to carry this lanyard. It was something I would wear. I put my my Cash App card in there, so and try to pass that off as my. I mean, that could be used as my press credential. That's a form of ID, really. And behind it there is an exemption for masks and reference to the ADA. On the back side, you have a copy of the actual U.S. Code, Constitutional Title 18, Section 242, USC, and it's just a copy of the law.
What they call you?
He sees that as he's giving back all my stuff in the bin. He's actually having a kind of a cordial conversation with us, right? Everything was cool.
Yeah, he was all right.
And then he sees this, and he goes, "Oh, are you a what do they call those guys? Oath keeper." He says, "You one of the members of the Oath Keepers?" I said, "No." I said, "What? I don't even know what you're talking about," or exactly something like that. I don't know if it was verbatim. I said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And then he says, "Yeah, what's your name?" He says, "You can't have your phone in here," right? He was giving me my phone back, accused me of being like, I Googled what an Oath Keeper is. It's like a terrorist organization, according to corporate media. I'm a right-wing extremist, according to the media and to the state of Connecticut here for some reason. And this guy just opens up his drawer, looks at some paper, closes the drawer, says my name, and says, "No, you can't have your phone," takes my phone. And then you can proceed. I don't want to interrupt your version of the story, but, you know.
You want me to go? So when he took your phone, and I'll give you credit because you stayed calm as much as, and people are commenting like, "Oh, you shouldn't have been in there recording." And I had to straighten that out. Like, we had no intentions of recording. We were not recording. We weren't doing anything wrong. So, and they had your phone. That's what drove me the most nuts, is they already had your phone. So you have to call O'Donovan.
And I cooperated, right? I wasn't.
Yeah,
I said,
absolutely.
I handed him my phone. He didn't have to take it from me.
No, he was already in possession of it. And that's what drives me crazy. So you said, "Can I step outside and call O'Donovan to try and straighten this out?" And he was being rude about it. And I was trying to think of a way to diffuse the situation the best I could. So I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "I have 2 phones. If you need to make a phone call, I'll let you use one of my phones." And that just sent him over the edge. He called for backup. He's like, "Oh, I need backup," and blah. So they call, backup comes running out. And all he says is, "Take this guy away." No reason, no anything. And they grabbed you, they put you in cuffs, and they dragged you away. In that process, because the audio that they sent us, somebody sent us audio, you can hear it. I'm trying to find the clerk's office and continue my business, and he's trying to get me locked up too. They're like, no, take him. And I honestly feel like if it wasn't the chief marshal that he was telling, I would have been taken too, because she said, well, do you have a court date? And I said, what do you think we're doing here? Like, what do you think we're doing?
I don't know if this frauditor has done it. I'm not really familiar with his videos, but many other frauditors have gone to courthouses for no purpose other than to just film and then refuse to stop filming when asked to. So if he's not guilty of doing it, then he unfortunately must bear the burden that other frauditors have put on him. I keep saying that frauditing does nothing to protect our rights and only hurts it. So he shouldn't act all surprised that they may think that he could be there with no official purpose. And as long as he keeps frauditing, he contributes to the problem, not the solution. And that's just my opinion.
I explained why we were there downstairs. I made it very clear to everybody.
I knew you would.
Why I was there, that you had a case. We were there to file motions. We were going to acquire your bonds. You know, we were going to get your bond back. We were going to file your appearance, and we were going to prepare to go to trial if necessary. We were going to utilize the law library. We were going to print out some case law and things like that, and prepare and document. You know, I had a pencil in my ears for the specific purpose of documenting anything in writing. If at any time I felt like something needed to be retained for our documentation, that was going to be written down. Again, no gimbals, no camera equipment, no intentions of recording.
None.
And there you have it, folks. And that was it. The guy is totally triggered by his own brainwashed sort of preconceived misconceptions and notions that just like in the Britain police garage, you know, you're there to agitate. You're a government, anti-government terrorist. You're here to disrupt and disobey, and that's not it at all. In fact, if you were just left alone, that audit in that garage would have taken you 10 minutes or less.
Yeah, and they would have looked great, like other police departments do. Everybody acts like I only put up bad stuff. There's plenty of great interactions on my channel with police.
Again, that's what frauditing is doing, so get used to it. And it's not going to get better until YouTube demonetizes their videos or every single frauditor is in jail, whichever comes first. Well, I'll end it at that for now. I know that the constitutional auditor, I believe his name is Daniel, goes back to court in early January, and I'll try to find out more information about Tim from Tyrant Slayer Studios' charges. It's now time for the Frauditor Fatigue Cooldown segment. I had a request to show sloths, and while I'm not a huge fan of them, I admit that these video clips I put together are kind of cute. So it's time to slow down, relax, and enjoy some sloths.